So, finding your destiny in life through death. And what does it really mean by finding your destiny through death? Okay. And the reason why I'm making this video, because, every day, every single day, even now as I'm speaking, I must be getting an email. Somebody trying to say, what's my purpose in life? What's my destiny in life? What am I here to do? And most of them are, doing like accounting, programming, they're in pharmaceutical sales, they're engineers, yet they're still saying, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, okay, I thought you are doing what you're supposed to do. You're an engineer. I thought you are doing what you're supposed to do. You're an accountant or you're in medicine. Okay. And the thing is, human soul is never fulfilled with mediocre routines. Because what is engineering? Okay. You go in the morning, you wake up in the morning, you go in an office, you sit in a cubicle all day, and you're either looking at some blueprints of whatever you're working on as a project as an engineer, or you are putting information in Excel and you're putting information in all these other softwares, and you're in a cubicle working all day. Accountant, you went to a first tier school. You're an accountant, you got your CPA exam, you're working in HR department for, some big, huge company like KPMG or whoever. And you go every morning there, you sit in a cubicle and you're looking at Excel sheet and you're looking at a bunch of numbers. You're doing minus, plus, divide, percentage, what's left, what needs to be paid, accounts payable, accounts receivable. You're doing all these things. But isn't this your destiny? I thought you've been doing this for 10 years now, 7 years now. You're in your life path. But the reason why people still email is because why? Simple reason. They're not fulfilled. And when is it that we as human beings are not fulfilled? Is when we're not giving any benefit to the society. When we're not doing anything for the society. Okay. Being an accountant, being in medicine, they still think they're giving something to society. Something, the engineer might be working on a bridge. An accountant might be saving a company from going bankrupt. That's helping society. In a way, it is helping society, but most people are still lost. And that's what we're going to discuss, is exactly who you are through death. The moment that you're looking for, I know exactly the moment that you're looking for in life. When you message me and message probably other people too, trying to find answers, is the moment that you're looking for is when you suddenly realize who you are and you get up from your cubicle with no windows and you walk out the door and you never look back and you have suddenly found yourself. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of take you through certain steps and how to find that. Okay, because I used to think about this all the time, and it used to regenerate my motivation to not be in that cubicle, not be in that office. I've been there, done that, man. It's some people are not for that. So even if you're an accountant, you're not for that. You're out there, you want to be interacting with the world. You want to be teaching something, leaving something over to the world. So how do you do this? So how do you go about finding this moment? Well, here's an exercise. Put yourself in the time when you're about to die. When you're just 1 minute away from your last breath. You're 75 years old, 80 years old, 95 years old, whatever. You're in your bed, everybody's around you, all the loved ones are there crying, saying their last goodbyes, and you're there and you see that clock ticking. And when that clock comes to that point and you die, you do not know what's on the other side. You do not know if there's another planet that you're going to be born into, if you're going to be born into someone else, if you're going to go back to the source energy, if you're going to go to something called heaven, or if you're going to go to something called hell, which is absolute garbage. There's no such thing as hell. There's nothing. All this religious crap, don't even think about it. Don't even bring it here with me. You're not going to burn in eternity for hell, even for killing somebody. The reason why heaven and hell concept was invented in religion is just to keep people on their guard so they do not become like vultures. They do not become wild, to keep them in fear. That's all it is. But the real God and his real powers will not put you in some eternity in some hell. Okay, so forget that. But we don't know what's outside. Everybody speculates, everybody thinks that they just know the answer. But individually, you and me, we just do not know. We can hear a guru, we can hear somebody talk about this stuff, but we just don't know. So when you're in that last minute, what are you going to reflect on your life? What did you do in your life that impacted the world and changed the world and made the world a better place, or made some profound impact on the world where the world is now functioning in a new manner? What did you do? Was your 40 years in a cubicle putting some codes as a programmer, as a C++ programmer, to make a company's accounting website run efficiently or website run efficiently? Did that change humanity? Or you crunching the numbers for a company and being a financial analyst for a company so they can save the money and maybe screw the lower people? Is that what your destiny was? Is that what you're really going to reflect on? Oh yeah, 40 years I was crunching numbers. Wow, what a great thing did I do? You know? Or are you really going to be feeling like, hey, I went out there and I actually saved 5 villages from running out of food and running out of water, and I saved 600-700 lives? Or I taught people something that did not know existed, or I taught people something that, that will help them for the rest of their life, or I found the answers, or I found the cure for cancer. Even though there is cure for cancer, but they want, in the mainstream media, they just want to say finding the cure for cancer and AIDS. What is that moment that you're going to think of? And once you do this exercise, you'll be like, no, I do not belong here. I do not belong in this real estate company where I'm pushing papers and just being a car salesman trying to get a property. And I'm losing my sleep, losing my day and night stress because the person is not interested in a property and they're interested in 1 minute in a property. Or are you really going to go out and find your true self to change humanity? That's what it's all about, is changing humanity. Are you going to change humanity? Or are you going to better this world in some way? So if you know that through accounting, you're changing the world in a better place, you better stick to it, and that is your destiny. If you think you being an accountant, but your destiny is to go out and do the most profound humanitarian work possible, well, you better get on it. Because when the last minute comes, your soul's going to ask you that answer. So what do we do here? What did we do on this plane? This seventh loka known as Earth. So what did we do? Did we live an average life? Or did we live a life full of meaning? And remember, no life is average, but if you do not impact somebody's life in a positive way, if you do not impact lives of many in a positive way, then life is average. Because your purpose is to move humanity forward. Now, if your accounting or your programming does that, stick to it. That is your destiny. Okay? But if you feel that last minute, you want to tell your soul, oh yeah, I became an actor, I followed my passion. And through my acting, I was part of the movies that impacted the social views of the world. So if you wanted to be an actor while you're a C++ programmer, go out there, be an actor, and be part of the movies that will change humanity. If you're a doctor, you're going to have to ask your soul, I was a doctor, saved lives, but I screwed up many lives too by injecting people with, whatever pharmaceutical drugs I could get because, hey, I was making a lot of commission from the sales rep. And I was getting the Lakers ticket, I was getting the best football tickets out there and the best, soccer tickets out there, concerts of him and her, and I impacted everybody's life through it. If you can answer that, hey, that's your destiny. but just be true to yourself. So do this exercise, and once you go through this, you will start to slowly get to know yourself and know what exactly you want to do. Okay? So guys, if you're new to my channel, subscribe above, because you just found out your destiny. Well, at least a way to find it. And if you want to know more about me and how to find your destiny through Vedic astrology, check out the link below and my book, The Astrology, The Speed of Light. And when you get the book, I will send you a link to look at your own chart and planetary patterns to see who you are. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow with Saturn in the second house. Bye-bye.